So how did you find the previous session? What
It
were
was,
its learnings?
yes, 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 it was good.
Can you elaborate?
Absolutely. Hello.
Can you elaborate that? How was the session actually?
मतलब मैं जो ज्योग्राफिक स्पेसिफिक जो कीवर्ड्स जो थे वो मतलब कंटेंट तो आई थिंक आपने ही बताया कि ठीक ही लिखा था मैंने, बट जो
हाँ.
ज्योग्राफिक ऑप्शनल स्पेसिफिक जो कीवर्ड थे वहां मिस हो रहा था, कैसे मेरे स्टेटमेंट को रीफ्रेज करके उसको अच्छे से लिख सकते हैं, और बहुत सारे डायमेंशन भी मिस हो रहे थे, बहुत क्वेश्चन जो आपने
Hmm.
बताया है
Yeah.
ना।
Okay. ठीक है ना. Okay.
यस,
So let's start with the session here.
यस।
Okay. So hello everyone. This is a आप म्यूट कर सकते लगे तो बिकॉज वो सारी बैकग्राउंड नॉइस ना यहाँ पे.
ओके, ओके सर, ओके
जब
सर,
हम
जब आप
बात कर.
बोलोगे ओके।
हाँ, जब आपको बोलना रहेगा ना तब आप अनम्यूट करके फिर बोल के फिर वापस म्यूट कर देना. ओके. ओके. Okay, so just give me 1 minute. Okay, friends, so welcome to the RePrep session, which is a live evaluation and mentorship. Okay, so this is a geography optional paper 2, okay, where we have the first question as discuss the advantages and disadvantages of river basins. Okay, so this is a first keyword, that is river basins as planning region. This is second keyword because we here are looking this from the perspective of planning in India. In this context, highlight the issue in development of Narmada Basin. So this is the third part, which is basically looked more as a part of the example which we need to put here. Okay. So starting with the answer, river basin essentially a watershed is a natural hydrological unit. Okay, very good. Which gives us scope of integrated development of a region. Okay, so very good part here. This is a good intro. Okay, but here we can see that if we look at the part of India, so here we have 20 plus major river basins. Like we have Ganga, Brahmaputra, then we have
आई ट्राइड सर मैपिंग के थ्रू वो नीचे वाला
yeah.
जो है।
Okay, so it is provided here already. So this is provided. So in India, used for planning from limited broad objective. Okay, limited like Namami Gange program and broad like DVC. Okay, that is Damodar Valley Corporation. Okay, very good example for electricity and water to irrigation perspective. Okay, so let's look at it. Advantage of river basin as planning region. So river basin act as a watershed. Okay, it will give physical feature of area are included with planning. Gateway to sustainable development. Very good. Ecological unity. River basins naturally integrate land, water, soil, and vegetation. Okay, like Ganga Basin enables integrated planning of floodplains and waters. Okay, river basin as a function region. Okay, very good. River as a core region can be developed as a corridor. Okay, inland water transportation. Then management of disaster, Brahmaputra Basin, floodplain zonation in Assam. Okay, okay, just give me 1 second. हेलो. हाँ पापा फोन किए थे. Okay, so let's get back here. So resource optimization, planning within the limit of carrying capacity. Okay, very good. So KG Basin, watershed, water sharing and hydropower coordination. Disadvantages of river basin is planning region. So most river flows across the state leads to interstate border dispute. Okay, Narmada Basin dispute, MP Gujarat, Rajasthan. Planning becomes too unrealistic and comprehensive. DRC multi-objective, HPLPS irrigation and flood management. Okay. Then over centralization leads to neglect of local consideration. Okay. Conflicting interest between the upstream and downstream states. Okay. Then here we have issues in development of Narmada Basin. Okay. So positive development of Narmada Basin, Sardar Sarovar project, irrigation for 18 lakh hectare and drinking water for 3 crore people. Okay. Valley development project, 30 major dams. Okay. Major hydroelectric project. We have Narmada River, Maikal Ranges, MP Chhattisgarh, MP plus Maharashtra and Gujarat. Okay. Indra Sagar, Tava River. Okay. So major issue, environmental issue, design of dam and reservoir not taken. The environmental consideration. Okay. So criticisms, environmentalist, humanist, large storage leads to physical and ecological damage to the basin. Very good. Project to displacement of several tribal groups. Very good. Interstate dispute between MP, Gujarat for water sharing. Okay, Maharashtra भी आ जाएगा उसमें. थोड़ा बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं. Released irrigation benefit. Okay, command areas in Gujarat suffer from canal delay. Okay. So river basin
इसमें delayed irrigation benefit था उस लिखा है.
canal delay. Okay. Canal irrigation delay. Okay, so river basin is a planning region based on the idea of area-based approach and functional linkage can act as a catalyst for hinterland development. Okay, which can be seen in project like intra-linking of river and national waterway. Okay, so conclusion is very good. Okay, so let's look at a certain aspect here. So discuss the advantages and disadvantages of river basin as planning region in India. In this context, highlight the issue in development of the Narmada Basin. So introduction is done quite good here. Okay, the name of the major rivers is also provided. We can just add here certain numbers. Okay, with respect to 20 plus river basins, we have also Barak. Then we have here Indus. Okay, Kaveri. Then here is Mahanadi, etc. So various basins we have covered here. Now what we will see here when we are talking about the advantages. Now river basin act as a watershed. It will ensure physical feature of area and includes within the planning. Okay. Now when we talk about Narmada River, it is actually moving through the region of Rift Valley. Okay, majorly it is present in the Rift Valley region here. So we will see here that when we are providing the part of Rift Valley, so here the river system, it is quite good, and physical feature just we can add. Okay, then ecological unity. The river basin naturally integrates land, water, soil, and vegetation. Here we can act as a kind of a system, okay, which is consisting of land, water, soil, and vegetation, which is seen from the hydrological perspective. Okay, that is provided by Buttle and Fee. Okay, so where the management of water along with nutrient Okay, and we'll see that plus irrigation, etc. is taken care of. Okay, so we can see this from a system of a perspective. Okay, from the system's perspective, that is the buttle and peak. So this is a river system. Okay, so here we have already talked about Ganga Basin. Now in the next part, river basin acts as a functional region. Okay, so this is also quite good here because we have already provided here the functional region. It is a core region can be developed as corridor for the inland water transportation. So this will, you have already provided as the part of the corridor. So this is very well done here. That is, we are using it for the development of certain region. Okay, so it can be taken up from the balanced regional development. Okay, and wherever these corridors will be present, okay, wherever this corridor will be present, they will be acting like a growth pole, or it will result into the formation of growth pole. Okay, so this we can add here because we are talking about the functional part. Okay, so this will be from the economic perspective. Now here it is the management of disasters. Okay, so Brahmaputra Basin, okay, flood zonation. Okay, we are already looking up here. So when we are looking here, we can provide here a part of like we can see mm, the management of disasters. So because we are as a developing country region, so uh, from the disaster management perspective, we are currently developing. Okay, so as we are developing, we have large disasters. Okay, as we are into the developing phase. So this is also provided here, but we have also done the floodplain zonations here. So this is providing us a very good aspect here. Okay. Then resource optimization that we have already covered here, limit of the carrying capacity. Okay. Then resource optimization, we can also look at from the जिम्मेमैन तो डालना जरूरी नहीं है बहुत ज्यादा, बट द कैरिंग कैपेसिटी यहाँ पे इंक्रीज की जा सकती है. इट इज ऑलरेडी बीन मेंशन्ड. So this is a quite good part here. Okay, certain additional aspects what we can add here. For example, कुछ चीजें हम जो add कर सकते हैं. That is like when we are developing a river basin. Okay, here we'll be having a possibilistic view. Okay, a possibilistic view कैसे आएगा? Like Vidal का, that is genre divide. Okay, so here we have the various basin. Okay, नर्मदा basin हमारे पास complete है. So उस नर्मदा basin में we have different developed region and different cultural regions also. So this can be identified by this possibilistic view of Vidal of genre divide here. Okay, genre divide यहाँ पे apply कर सकते हैं to basically classify the various regions or various cultural regions. Okay, cultural भी लिख सकते हैं यहाँ पे. Apart from cultural, we can also write here the differentiated regions. Okay, so एक part यहाँ पे जो हम ऐड कर सकते हैं. For example, गंगा रिवर का अलग है, कावेरी रिवर का अलग है, ब्रह्मपुत्र का अलग है. So सबका अलग अलग है यहाँ पे system. So we are talking here in the from the general perspective. Okay, then we can also add up here from the integrated water resource management. Okay, जैसे कि resource optimization की बात की हमने. Okay, so this can be added up here. So integrated water resource management से क्या होगा कि we will be having a coordinated work. with respect to the different states. So इससे we will be having a part of फेडरलिज्म में यहाँ पे हमें हेल्प होगा. ओके, फेडरलिज्म में लाइक स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेशन. So this can be taken up here. Okay, so बहुत ज्यादा तो मैं बात नहीं करूंगा, but yes, these things can be applied here in the advantages part. Now, when we are talking about the disadvantages part here, so you have already told about the interstate border dispute. Okay, so this is also from the part of the political ecology. Okay, this is given by Blake and Brookfield. Okay, Blake and Brookfield ने already इसके बारे में बोला था. So they have been stated here. Okay, then planning becomes too unrealistic and comprehensive. So here we can add here जब unrealistic हो जाए and comprehensive हो जाए, so it becomes idealistic, which is far away from realism. Okay, when we are talking about idealism and realism, we are basically talking from the perspective of humanistic approach. Okay, so this can be added up here. Now, when we talk about the over centralization, we are talking about the administrative complexity, that is polycentric governance. Okay, this was provided by Ostrom. Okay, so polycentric government, for example, in the Indian aspect only, we have state government, then we have central government, then in a particular district, we have its own government. अगर कोई village का part आता है तो पंचायत भी आ जाता है. So when we include all this part here, so किसका सुनना है किसका नहीं सुनना है, so there is a conflict here. For example, like अगर नर्मदा की बात करें तो there is a Narmada Control Authority. But it is overlying with the various other functions also. बहुत सारे अलग bodies के साथ में भी powers coincide कर जाते हैं. Okay, then conflict interest between the upstream and the downstream states also. Okay, so यहाँ पे हम लोग क्या देख रहे हैं कि there are different type. There are different states. So here we'll be seeing that we have, for example, you have told about this is the river here. So this is a upper stream or upstream, and this is downstream. Okay, so we can also take it up from the socio-cultural perspective that as the river is flowing from a particular region, so यहाँ पे we will see that कि there are certain regions which are getting water and certain regions they are not getting water properly. Okay, so we can apply here the water use associations and the we can say the implementation gaps which is present here. Okay, जैसे कि अपस्ट्रीम वालों के पास ज्यादा वाटर है लाइक एमपी, देन गुजरात, इनके पास में थोड़ा इशू है. सो हियर वी कैन अप्लाई वी कैन से द सोशो इकोनॉमिक principle with respect to unequal distribution. ओके, अब अनइक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की अगर बात हो रही है तो इट कैन बी सीन फ्रॉम द वेरियस पर्सपेक्टिव, लाइक वेलफेयरिज्म से भी हो सकता है. देन वी कैन ऑल्सो लुक इट फ्रॉम द रेडिकल पर्सपेक्टिव. ओके, तो वी कैन अप्लाई इट हियर लाइक अनइक्वल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हो रहा है बिटवीन द अपस्ट्रीम एंड द डाउनस्ट्रीम पार्ट हियर. ओके, देयर इज ऑल्सो ज्योग्राफिकल पर्सपेक्टिव, बट इसका सॉल्यूशन या तो वेलफेयर दे सकता है या तो रेडिकल दे सकता है. देन इश्यूज इन द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ नर्मदा बेसिन अगर इसकी बात करें तो नर्मदा we will see that it is having a very high catchment area. जैसा कि आपने 18 लाख हेक्टेयर्स की बात की है, यहाँ पे इरिगेशन हो रहा है विद द सरदार सरोवर प्रोजेक्ट, देन नर्मदा वैली डेवलपमेंट प्रोजेक्ट 30+ डैम्स. ओके, so it is taken more as from the aspect of the case study here. Okay, now major issues में environmental issue है, design of dams and reservoirs not taken the environmental consideration. Okay, so when you are looking at the environmental issues, you have to provide certain aspects here. Okay, like number one, deforestation which has happened in the region. Number two, displacement की आपने बात की है. Then there is the land, what we call it as land acquisition.
लैंड इंक्रोचमेंट, डिसइल्टेशन,
या लैंड एक्विजिशन का भी इशू हुआ है. ओके, आपने ऐड किया इसे शायद. इंटरस्टेट डिस्प्यूट, डिलेड इरिगेशन बेनिफिट्स. ओके, देन बायोडाइवर्सिटी एंड इकोलॉजिकल पर्सपेक्टिव. ओके, यहाँ पे इकोलॉजिकल पर्सपेक्टिव हमने यह बायोडाइवर्सिटी. सो डिफोरेस्टेशन में वी कैन राइट हियर दैट कि नर्मदा रीजन जो है और जो कंप्लीट एरिया है, इट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द सेंट्रल पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया. सो हियर वी हैव मेनली मिक्स टाइप ऑफ फॉरेस्ट, दैट इज ड्राई प्लस मॉइस्ट डेसिडियस. ओके, लैंड एक्विजिशन में जो ट्राइबल रीजन है, यहाँ पे जो आपने जो बताया है, प्लस विलेजेस, दिस इज एड्रेस. नाउ एक पर्टिकुलर ट्राइबल एरिया है यहाँ पे विच वेर मोर अफेक्टेड, ओके, इन द गुजरात. सो दैट इज मालधारी ट्राइब. ओके, बहुत ज्यादा यहाँ पे अफेक्ट हुए थे बिकॉज ऑफ द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रोजेक्ट. सो अगर ट्राइबल की बात आती है, दैट इज फ्रॉम द ह्यूमनिस्ट पार्ट. सो यू कैन एड अप हियर अ पर्टिकुलर डायग्राम, दैट इज एक परसेप्शन है फ्रॉम व्हाट्स एम्पावरमेंट triangle, where we have entitlement, then empowerment, and economic, political, where we are seeing that the tribal people, they are moving into the this particular zone, which is called as zone of vulnerability.
जो लोग बने.
ओके, आपको शायद आइडिया होगा इसके बारे में.
Yes,
तो वी
sir.
कैन ऐड दिस पार्ट हियर कि हम इसको बता के थोड़ा सा और इसे एनहांस कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज दिस कैन एक्ट एज अ केस स्टडी ऑल्सो कि मालधारी ट्राइब्स यहाँ पे कैसे अफेक्ट हुए थे. इनफैक्ट आफ्टर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द सरदार सरोवर डैम, एक बहुत बड़ा एरिया वहाँ पे कवर अप हुआ था मालधारी ट्राइब्स का. सो उनका जो डिस्प्लेसमेंट है, बट वो हुआ करा ही गया था बिकॉज डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द रीजन हैज टू बी टेकन इनटू द कंसिडरेशन. ओके, so apart from this, we can also see it from the perspective of environmental impact assessment. ओके, एनवायरमेंटल इम्पैक्ट असेसमेंट में जैसे कि इसके नोटिफिकेशंस, इसके जो लॉज थे और जो क्लॉजेस थे, दे वर bypassed. Okay, so this was also one of the issue. Then second part we can also add it from the forest perspective, जो हमने forest deforestation की बात की है. So forest right of 2006, this was inadequately implemented in the region here. Okay, so because of this we'll be seeing that कि बहुत सारे issues हुए थे. फिर क्रिटिसिज्म में ह्यूमनिस्ट अप्रोच ऐड किया, एनवायरमेंटलिस्ट हमने ऐड किया. अभी नहीं देखते इंटर स्टेट डिस्प्यूट बिटवीन, सो दिस वाज अफेक्टिंग द फेडरलिज्म. ओके, देन लार्ज स्टोरेज लीड्स टू फिजिकल एंड इकोलॉजिकल डैमेज टू द बेसिन, ये कर लिया हमने. सो डी डी delayed irrigation benefits. Command areas in Gujarat suffer from canal delay, canal irrigation delay. Okay, so certain parts we have completed here. Now this conclusion, it is covered quite well here. So overall, we'll be seeing that key answer is very well written, but we can include certain minor points here and कुछ points जो हमें लगता है कि कहाँ पे हम लोग पर्सपेक्टिव ऐड कर सकते हैं, तो वहां पे हम ऐड कर सकते हैं इससे. ओके ओके प्रवीण.
ओके सर.
ओके सो दिस इज वन थिंग. नाउ इंडियन ज्योग्राफी में क्या हो जाता है कि इंडियन ज्योग्राफी के आंसर्स में वी हैव सर्टन एरियाज लाइक ये वाला जो एरिया है, यहाँ पे हम लोग बहुत सारी चीजों को ऐड अप कर सकते हैं. अब जैसे कि ये एक इंटीग्रेटेड मतलब एक पर्टिकुलर रिवर बेसिन्स की बात कर रहा है, तो रिवर बेसिन्स में भी नर्मदा बेसिन की बात किया है, तो वहां पे हमें थोड़ा सा हाईलाइट करना है कि जैसे नर्मदा कब फॉर्म हुई कैसे. अब वो बहुत ज्यादा उसमें नहीं जाएंगे बिकॉज वो बहुत ज्यादा टाइम और एनर्जी ले लेगा. बट इन केस इट इज स्पेसिफाइड अबाउट सर्टन पर्टिकुलर रिवर, तो उसके डेवलपमेंट एंड जो उसके एस्पेक्ट्स है वो हम हाईलाइट कर सकते हैं. ओके ओके एनी क्वेश्चंस यू वुड लाइक टू आस्क, या आपको कुछ पूछना है, कुछ शेयर करना है?
नो सर, मैं कुछ नहीं, बस आप जो बोल रहे हैं.
ओके सो okay then let's meet in the next session then. Okay, ये 15 है तो I would like to give here 7 out of 15 to you because ये आंसर बहुत अच्छा है, बट इसकी कैपेसिटी की 8.5 तक जा सकता है. ओके ओके सो see you in the next session.